Central Canada is getting hit with a blast of bitterly cold air. This sound from earlier this week will be replaced with the sound of teeth chattering over the next couple of days. Temperatures are going to be well below seasonal across Ontario and Quebec. Overnight, wind chills are forecast to dip as low as -41 in some places. Environment Canada has issued extreme cold warnings for much of northern Ontario and Quebec.
It's going to be a very scary time if you don't have a place to lie your head at night.
And some unseasonably cold air has also moved into southern BC. Vancouver will be below zero until Sunday. Arctic outflow warnings have been issued as far south as the Fraser Valley, with wind chills hitting -20 overnight. For more on what we can expect, I want to bring in David Phillips, senior climatologist for Environment Canada. He joins us now from Barrie, Ontario, and not wearing a hat. Dave, it's cold out there. Where's your toque?
I know, Marcy. I'm not being a Canadian. I tell people to wear hats to keep that heat in, and I'm just breaking all the rules, for sure.
How cold is it expected to get over the next few days? And really, Dave, who's going to get the worst of the cold temperatures?
Well, Marcia, what we have seen that has been gripping the West is now going to, of course, come to the central and eastern part of the country. Here in the east, it looks like winter, but now it's going to feel like winter. We're really going to see from almost coast to coast, not quite Newfoundland, but we're going to see temperatures that are clearly much colder for this time of the year, as we are a week away from the official beginning of winter. We're going to see temperatures in Victoria, Vancouver, they haven't seen in 4 years. And on the prairies, we're going to see, again, temperatures that are typically 12 to 16 degrees colder than they should be. Some of the coldest temperatures of the winter. We're going to be seeing record heat usage in parts of Saskatchewan. And here in central Canada and eastern Canada, we're going to get really kind of a cold in 2 waves. We're going to get today and tomorrow temperatures that are perhaps 6, 8 degrees colder than normal, and that's the honest temperature, not the wind chill. Then we're going to get a shot of kind of, as a system comes through, a little bit of mild air come on the weekend, and then right back into the cold air. But the really good news is that a week from now, we're going to see a moderation of temperatures, not above freezing, but certainly much more civil and much more, actually even a little milder than normal in the west and near normal in the east. And I think a lot of Canadians will feel that that's almost a festive gift from nature for what has been a very cold couple of weeks.
Well, we look forward to that. So we're also hearing, Dave, about the polar vortex again. Does the polar vortex come and go throughout the season, or is it something that sits there just waiting for the tap to loosen every once in a while and blast us with cold air?
Marcy, it does come and go, but unlike the warm air at this time of the year, the polar vortex kind of sits over us and just stays the course. It's sort of like molasses. It's thick and heavy, it hugs the ground, fills all the cracks, and then it just stays there. It takes a lot of energy to kick it out. So what we're seeing, of course, at this time of the year, polar vortex doesn't last as long as it would be in the dead of winter, January, February, but clearly in the West, it's been hanging out there like an unwanted house guest and won't leave. But we're going to see a change there. They're going to feel better next week at this time. And here in the east, we're going to get little teasers, almost like a little appetizer today and tomorrow, and then a break on the weekend, and then back into it, and then it'll be out of it again. So I think we're going to see it in its many different disguises. And then, of course, by January, February, when we see more polar vortex, we'll be veterans of these weather wars.
I don't know if we'll ever be veterans. Dave Phillips, I know it's about -8, -9 there, so we'll let you get back in and get warm. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Marcia. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.